necessary endings. Your life of sleeping is over. So when I get into this and I start to look at what the scriptures say, I came across this passage. And here it is. You might remember the song by the Birds? Turn, turn, turn to everything. There's this.
So I want to play these videos for you. I think there are 9 new videos, 9 of them, and I just found them. They were published on Facebook to the account of Kyler Marlowe. Now, many of you will remember Kyler's been doing interviews, went to middle school with Mica Miller. And these videos, people have been saying, okay, where are all the videos of Mica in the store buying food? You know, that fateful day where I do believe she took her own life. Well, Kyler wrote, we got these via FOIA request today. So this must have been yesterday. This was 21 hours ago. Today is Tuesday, May 21st. Kyler wrote, I was finally able to sit down for an hour and screen record more condensed versions. In these videos, you can see Mica's entire journey through the gas station. First, she pulls up and walks inside to a cooler, then to another cooler at the back. She pays for her energy drink with a debit card. Indeed, it does look like one of those like Celsius. To me, I want to look at those drinks. I think they're, Celsius sparkling. Some kind of Celsius sparkling energy drink. It's far away. I can't really see the brand. Some people are wondering, why would she buy an energy drink? I don't know. Maybe she thought she needed the energy. Maybe she knew she was going to hike far into the trail. I did find it strange in that interview with the fisherman who found her, and I hope people leave him alone. But anyway, they spoke. I believe it was on News Nation where the fisherman, his last interview, it was with Ashley Banfield last night. The fisherman said, okay, that's his last interview. When he spoke with the reporter, he thought it was strange, the way Mica must have gotten all the way back in there at the Lumber River State Park, somewhere she's never been before, and she would have had to wade through like waist deep water. I guess I can think of different reasons for that, even different reasons for her using the Porta Potty, as you're going to see coming up in these videos. Some people might think, oh, Porta Potty gross, but I thought, okay, it was a long drive. She might know what happens to your body after death, how you expel certain things, and part of me is really thinking, she was thinking of doing this to herself because of her also listening to this Necessary Endings by Henry Cloud. True, it is a motivational type podcast or whatever she's listening to. Sermon, I think is what Kyler calls it. But to me, I'm looking at it as a totally different way. The book is titled Necessary Endings, the employees, businesses, and relationships that all of us have to give up in order to move forward. So Mica knew her marriage had come to an end. And I'm sure Dr. Cloud does not mean this, in the manner in which it was taken here. But maybe she was feeling, okay, this is a necessary ending, and she decided to end her life listening to that. It's just sad to think of. But she got this Celsius. To me, it looks like Celsius, I guess that's how you pronounce it, energy drink. Kyler wrote that Mica goes back outside to use a porta potty at the back of the building. Then she pulls around to the gas pump, walks back inside to pay for it, and gets her gas and leaves. So you might see more things than we've seen in previous surveillance videos. I didn't pay a ton of attention yet to all the cars around, who's there. I saw a white car and who's watching and who could be. It gets confusing to me because some people think, oh, that black truck in the previous videos followed her and circled around so many times, and other people start arguing and saying, no, that's not the same truck, and it gets confusing. Anyway, Kyler wrote, unfortunately, we don't have any aerial views of her paying for gas and getting a receipt. At the end are 2 recordings of her Ring camera. One is when she is returning home before work, and one is where she is leaving for work. The sermon she is listening to is titled Necessary Endings by Henry Cloud. So I'm going to let you listen to it all again. And a lot of these videos coming up, they have absolutely no sound. So I just will overlay music and let you listen to and watch the whole thing. But Kyler wrote, we will continue to dig on this case. The state park has still not been willing to release their surveillance. Now that kind of surprised me because I thought they had absolutely no surveillance. But Kyler is making it sound as though, and I trust Kyler, saying the state park won't give up the surveillance, which is really weird. I thought they had absolutely no cameras out there. If they have them, why wouldn't they release footage of Mica pulling in or nearby? Or believe me, I know what a fight it can be to fight with state parks or national parks for footage, like that Gabby Petito footage. It took 3 years, I believe, nearly, for the National Park Service to give up Melissa Hull's body cam video footage. You know, we saw the Moab, Utah officers. We didn't see Melissa Hull, the National Park Rangers footage. I mean, it took nearly 3 years to get that. So sometimes there's a fight for things and I don't know why. Kyler wrote, I apologize if these got uploaded out of order, but you can follow the timestamps at the top of each video. So indeed, there are timestamps on the store videos, and we can see a little dog at the feet of the cashier. We can see the cashier's phone. We see Mica handing over her card. We see a top-down view. So we see things. We see Mica in all black, and at one point it looks like she kind of changes her mind. She's going to buy something over on the left, and then she steps back. I don't know what she was going to purchase. And then she spends time in the porta potty. She gets her gas and she leaves, and that's pretty much it. And then I put the ring videos at the end of this video. You see her little, they look like maybe butterfly or bird earrings. So initially she has her food and she has her shirt on and she's digging for her keys, and all the time she has her sunglasses on, and the next one she has her work uniform on. So in those ring videos the time will be down in the right hand corner. So I will play all of those in their entirety from what we've received from Kyler. I'll just let you guys listen to them all and watch them all and see what else you notice or what else you hear. It's just very sad to me. Kyler ended it with hashtag justice for Mica. And to end this narration portion with Nahum, I guess that's how you pronounce that book of the Bible. They're really teeny, small prophets. Nahum 1:3. The Lord is slow to anger and great in power, and he will by no means leave the guilty unpunished. The Lord has his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust beneath his feet. So everything that needs to be straightened out, all the crooked paths will be made straight by God. That's why I have to encourage myself and encourage others when it looks like someone's getting away with murder. And to me, it gets confusing when you start hearing all these people posting things. When you start hearing all these things about, you know, I've only heard the fisherman say he only heard crying, maybe for a couple of minutes, and 1 gunshot. That's the only thing I've heard him say. Now, if you look on Facebook and you start looking other places, you start seeing people write, oh, there were screams and there were multiple gunshots and there was this, there was that. And I don't, you know, it gets too confusing to a point where you wonder, okay, what really is true? But I really do feel so much empathy for Mica's dad, especially her sisters, everyone who loved her, because that pastor, John Paul Miller, sounded like a piece of work. I'm just relying on scriptures like that God knows. I believe God allowed this whole thing to happen for him to be exposed, for John Paul Miller to be exposed, for all of his evil, for all of his wickedness, for all of his sins to come out. So I'll just stop it there, and I'll let you watch all the surveillance video that's been put up as of this filming. Once again, you'll hear that Necessary Endings by Henry Cloud, that excerpt that Mica's listening to. What a sad, sad case. We will keep following it. Who knows what's going to happen with John Paul Miller and the Solid Rock Church. Thanks for watching.
necessary endings. Your life of sleeping is over. So when I get into this and I start to look at what the scriptures say, I came across this passage, and here it is. You might remember the